చెప్పమ్మా. ఆ, Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year, here comes the book summary number 132. And the name of the book that we have today is The Coaching Habit. Say Less, Ask More, and Change the Way You Lead Forever, written by Michael Bungesh Trainer. Let us see the small information about Michael Bungesh Trainer. We can also call him as MBS. Has a gift for distilling big, complex ideas into practical, accessible knowledge for everyday people that helps them be a force for good. His books have sold over 1 million copies, with The Coaching Habit topping the Wall Street Journal bestseller list. So he is the award-winning author, teacher, speaker, and his books, The Coaching Habits, became a bestseller in 2016. Let us see what are the top 3 lessons from this book and who are the target audience and what we can take here from here to our lifestyle. Target audience of this book: the 30-year-old employee at a new startup who wants to improve, and the 52-year-old executive who can't figure out how to get his employees to the next level of performance, and anyone who leads a team or wants to coach. So let us see the small synopsis. The Coaching Habits outlines the questions, attitudes, and habits required for managers who want to become great at motivating their team to become self-sustaining. Let us listen from the author himself, Michael Bungesh Stanier, or we can also call as Mike MBS. So S is nothing without the no that gives its boundaries and form. S is nothing without the no that gives it boundaries and form. Have you ever had a coach? Not all of us played football or basketball, but we have each had good mentors throughout our life. Whether it was a piano teacher, manager, or just a neighborhood friend, it's easy to think of people who helped us grow. These leaders might taught us how to succeed in our work, but also motivated us to always be our best. Sadly, too many workplaces and schools are lacking the necessary coaches and leaders that we all need to succeed. We may only remember 1 or 2 unique individuals who were catalysts to our success. This means that most managers are not effective at leading their team members forward. Michael Bungesh Tanier gives simple yet actionable advice to help any leader become an inspirational coach. Although the tips this book gives may seem like minor course corrections, the potential benefits for individuals and teams is massive. The advice is more for a manager rather than someone who is looking to become a coach themselves, but will still help anyone who wants to coach. I believe that any coach or leader can implement the tips this book gives and see results the same day. Let us see the top 3 lessons from this book. Here are my top 3 greatest lessons that this book teaches us. Empowering a team by coaching relieves all sorts of problems in the workplace. Empowering a team by coaching relieves all sorts of problems in the workplace. Means you need to empower the team in your workplace. Second important lesson is use more effective questions when interacting with your team members to help them progress. Use more effective questions when interacting with your team members to help them progress. How you ask questions to your employees is just as vital to their success as what you ask. Let us discover how to empower people by making simple changes to how we ask questions. Lesson number 1 in detail. You can beat the overwhelm that comes from being the bottleneck by learning to practice the coaching habit. If you are a manager or if you are a leader of any kind, you probably feel buried beneath all of your responsibilities. You feel like you are running around between meetings and employees. Checking emails between responsibilities is a must just to stay afloat. All of your employees come to you whenever the team needs to make a decision. You continue the easy route of making choices yourself rather than empowering your employees. As a manager, you just don't have time or know how to train them to be self sufficient. You become the bottleneck through which all projects and decisions must go, and you are drowning it in it all. Change is possible through developing a coaching habit. Don't use a rigid weekly review schedule. Instead, use informal settings to coach your employees for just 10 minutes each day. You will need to be always in coaching mode to see opportunities to teach your team. When you lead as a coach every day, your employees grow more self sufficient. Over time, as you continue the habit, you won't feel the stress of being the bottleneck anymore. The patterns of your coaching habit helps you and your team reconnect and prioritize. It's only a matter of learning how to ask the right questions, which is the topic of our next lesson. Let us move on to the lesson number 2. To move individuals on your team forward to the next level, learn how to ask the right questions. You may already be trying to teach in your office, and that's good. Unfortunately, you will likely fall prey to some of the easy traps that keeps you talking and your employees' needs unheard. Developing a coaching habit is just as simple as using the following questions when with your employees. First important question is, what's on your mind? What is going on in your mind? This is the more important question that you can ask your employees or your team member to understand the person emotionally. And once the person answers to this question, what's on their mind, you can also ask, and what else more? What else? Or what's more? And you can also shoot out some question like, what is the real challenge that you are facing here? Or else you can also ask the question like, what do you want? What do you really want in your life or in your career or in your job right now or in your current position? Whatever it is, ask what is that you want. And also you can shoot out some question like, how can I help you? If you are saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? What was most useful for you? Like these questions, if you shoot out here and now to your employees, that means you are caring for your team and your team will looking forward to move to the next level. You want to start with the first two questions when beginning most coaching sessions. What's on your mind and what else? If your employee is getting off topic or you are getting lost, ask them, what is the real challenge here or what do you want to refocus the conversation? For an employee who is only complaining about a situation, try using how can I help you? Doing this will help them feel that their needs are being met and recenter them on a solution to the problem. When the problem is determining what decisions to make, you can ask, if you are saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? And finally, when wrapping up a coaching session, use what was the most useful to you to help the person reflect on what they have learned and will change moving forward. Remember that regardless of the question, the key to effective coaching is in listening. 90% listening, 10% answering. Let us move on to lesson number 3. Asking good questions is the right way, in the right way is the vital for motivating your team. So now that you know what to ask, the next step is to learn how to ask so that your employees respond positively. Once you learn what to ask, next step is to learn how to ask it so that your employees respond positively. Doing this the wrong way can leave individuals feeling interrogated or uncomfortable. The first step is to let your employees relax by only asking one question at a time. Getting right to your first question will save time and make your intentions clear. Always ask what questions instead of why. Digging out for reasons people feel how they do can make them feel like they need to defend themselves. Don't ask theoretical questions like those start with did you consider or have you thought about? With a question like this, you end up giving advice disguised as a question. And coaching is all about listening more than giving advice. Remember that coaching is all about listening more than giving advice. Most importantly, practice good listening skills. Silence may be uncomfortable to you, but it is just what your employee needs to think through their thoughts. When they are speaking, make sure to nod or summarize to indicate your understanding. If necessary, dig a little deeper by asking follow-up questions to express your care for their progression. This is all about the coaching habit. Say less, ask more, and change the way you lead forever. So, whatever you want to say less is whenever you are giving a coaching session or whenever you are in the conversation with your colleagues, say less, listen more, and ask more. Based on the response, ask more questions and change the way of your team, your colleagues, yourself, and move forward in your next level of your success. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing. See you in another book summary tomorrow. Share your lessons in